Hey everyone, there has been a lot of confusion regarding a letter that was issued by Jeremy Aguero, who's the principal analyst with applied analysis and the de facto point person on the Las Vegas Oakland Raiders stadium project today. And the letter basically is to Stephen Hill, the chairman of the Las Vegas Stadium Authority. Is written in such a way that some people have interpreted it as Aguero asking Stephen Hill to have the board vote to extend the life of the Stadium Authority itself. That's not the case at all. And the source material for this is Senate Bill 1. Senate Bill 1 in Section 29 basically gives the Stadium Authority the ability to vote a 6-month extension of time for the acceptance and review of the stadium development agreement. That's what this is about, because the law reads that when the NFL gives the NFL team the right to move to Las Vegas, in this case the Raiders, there is a clock that starts such that the Stadium Authority has a 12-month window of time from when the NFL takes that action to get a development agreement done by, in this case, the Raiders, and voted on by the Stadium Authority. But because the guaranteed maximum price for the stadium, which is part of the development agreement, won't be ready until February, that's going to bump right up against the Stadium Authority's time limit, which will be March 27th. So, or somewhere in that window. So in order to avoid that very close encroachment upon the law, Aguero is simply asking for a 6-month extension of time. That's all that is. Now, the letter does have a very interesting clause that I think is worth reading once again and repeating. And basically it says that the Raiders are responsible for costs associated with a memorandum of understanding that has to do with such items as, for example, and I'll read it to you. It says, to meet the Raiders' proposed development project schedule, they will need to complete certain preliminary development activities between November 2017 and February 2018. These activities will include standard items such as grading and other site preparations, as well as relocating utilities, what's called enabling work. To accommodate this, we anticipate having a memorandum of understanding with the Raiders regarding, among other things, the enabling work, which is called the Enabling Work MOU, for the authority's initial consideration in September, and should the authority so desire, as an action item on its October agenda. The Enabling Work MOU will delineate the preliminary site work that can be undertaken and will make clear the Raiders undertake such activities at their own risk. That is to say, the Enabling Work MOU will not bind or otherwise obligate the authority to any subsequent approval, and will preserve all rights of the authority in terms of project review and approval, including the development agreement and any considerations concerning the issuance of stadium bonds. To effectuate the change, the authority will need to exercise its power to extend the initial tenure from 12 months to 18 months. SB1 contemplates such flexibility, as I told you. This is what Aguero is writing. And I talked to him on the phone, and he confirmed that my interpretation of what he wrote and the situation was correct. So there you go. There's the answer to the question.